Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to another Tom Clancy's The Division 2 stream. I want to start off this stream thanking and shouting out the people who followed us last week. We got some new followers, and I appreciate it a lot. I also want to apologize for yesterday's stream getting canceled. We did have a stream planned yesterday that ended up getting canceled. Admittedly, it was probably for the best. Ended up needing to keep an eye on the cat yesterday. The cat was getting sick again, unfortunately. So, we're working on that. We're working with the cat, and we're, consulting the vet and all the stuff. But, so far, so good. So right now, I'm going to head in here. We're going to get... Nice. We got the good audio-visual check. We're confirming the gear that we want to use this week. So last week, or in between this week and last week, I ended up discovering the power of the refactor gear set. Status effects I don't really use all that much, but the skill damage and repairing myself based on the damage my skills do, it's pretty good. So normally that is a 10% to myself, and allies get 20% repairs. Now, I have the chest piece that buffs that 10% to 25%, and that 20% to 35%. And I've also got the backpack, so while I'm at full armor, repairs received will provide bonus armor, so it'll be like that blue armor bar after that white armor bar. And it will give me 80% of my current total armor. So it'll be like just a hair over 800,000, it looks like. So effectively, I'll be running around with 1.8, 1.9 million armor at full tilt, or at full go of it. And I'm going to be shifting. You're going to hear me shift my headset multiple times during the stream. He hasn't got sick today, but I just, want to keep an eye and an ear out for the cat, make sure that he's doing okay. So we are working with 6 skill tiers with a assault rifle that is fully statted out, and then also is running the in-sync talent, so when I shoot an enemy, my skills do 15% more damage. When my skills shoot an enemy, my weapon does 15% more damage. And then if both me and my skills are shooting enemies, we get it doubles. So we get collective 60% damage buff combined between my weapon and my skills. And then, respectively, my assault rifle will do 30% more, which I think it actually jumps from 88,000 that you see there to 110, which is just crazy. So I wonder what that would look like with me running either some more damage or, well, we've got the armor cores here on the skills that they're both practically full. And then I think everything else here is running either skill duration, haste, or damage. I mean, the status effects isn't bad, but that status effect roll is not doing anything for me. I wonder if I have, well, a little bit. That would give me 5 out of 6. I think it's worth keeping 6 out of 6 just for the skills doing that much more damage. Oh, it looks like we've got a fight brewing. Somebody... I see. Well, I haven't met them when they're not. Is it that? Yeah, they're all aggroing onto this guy over here. Oh man, Oh. Very much a portend of what's to come. Now, interestingly enough, it seems like we're already doing 117,000. And I'm wondering if that is based, because I don't have any proficiency bonuses on this gun. And my skills weren't shooting. So let me do some quick math here. So that way I'm understanding what's happening. 883400 times 0.15 plus 88. Yeah, okay. So that is actually the assault rifle damage plus the additive assault rifle damage bonus from my specialization working. Okay. Alright. That is not bad. And then we've got the health damage and the damage targets. Okay. So that assault rifle damage buff is actually quite literally helping out. So our invaded missions this week are the Federal Emergency Bunker, DCD Headquarters, and the Potomac Events Center, which will unlock... I don't know which one it unlocks this week, actually. Well, we will most certainly find out. Now, before I continue, I just noticed that there is a band of enemies up to no good who are going to try and steal a control point from me while I'm not looking. And I don't take kindly to that at all. So the goal is going to be to stop them before they do something that I don't want them to do. And it looks like they've actually gotten caught between... That's 141. Okay, so yeah, it jumps from like 88,000 to 141. Ooh, did that just say 204,000 on a crit? Oh my gosh. Alright, well yeah, that is those enemies handled. So we are going to run these missions, see what they unlock, and then go from there. Normally the one that is locked will actually have a lock on it somewhere here. But we'll find out. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And I will run these on heroic. We're not going to run any directives. It's just going to be... Ah, yeah, there's the bonus armor kicking in.
DCD's databases as a means to exploit the broad spectrum antivirals they captured. We need to stop them.
Alright. So here we are. Now this mission we are trying to... Let's see, if I remember, because this is like almost 6 years ago. This is... Yeah, because this story is part of the base game. Oh, I'm really glad we just dodged that. That was nice. This is us fighting Black Tusk for information on where they took the MacGuffin item that we needed, that we were going to get, but they stole from us. So here we go. We're going to run back down here. This door should just be an open door, yeah. Interesting that it still bursts the electrical panel even though I don't shoot it. Oh, why are they collecting virus samples? I wonder if they're going to use the virus samples to test on the stuff that they have. The thing that they stole? Interesting that that little item there actually counts as us fighting an enemy there. Let's see. Okay, so that's going to disrupt everybody, which immediately kills my drone, which makes me sad, but that's just a byproduct of defeating that enemy specifically. There we go. We'll actually grab a fresh cooldown. At the moment, the cat is 2 snipers, huh? Currently taking a nap on the windowsill. That is his spot right now. Enjoying the sunshine before the rain comes through this week, because we're gonna have some rain. Hopefully it doesn't get too bad. Alright, so we defeated all the enemies we needed to in this floor. Now the rough part with this build that I'm running right now is my weapons, because if I swap to my shotgun, I lose that skill damage spiel. I lose that like bonus I was telling you guys about. And it's not typically a bad thing, but this build itself doesn't do a lot of weapon damage. It does more skill-based damage, where my skills are actually blasting, as it were. This poor enemy. It has a grenade launcher. Its goal in life is to arc grenades in my direction and make me, stumble around and take damage. It's hard to arc grenades in an enclosed space. So I am not surprised to see that poor enemy type have a problem. Now the human version, that one was totally about to lob a grenade over here. They don't have any trouble, ever. So my shotgun is actually one of, I want to say it was a pre-order bonus back like 6 years ago when the game came out. You actually got, or maybe it was part of one of the weapon packs that they dropped at launch. But you basically got this shotgun that had its own small bonus to damage. I'm currently shooting through a microscope. That is a skill I did not know I possessed. But yeah, we're just rolling through here. We're going to be fighting the bad guys. Yeah, trying to figure out where they took our stuff to. Is that? That's gotta be. I thought I was hearing feedback from the stream in my ear. There's gotta be something else. 'Cause I just checked my volume and there's nothing going on, as it were. Oh, they're running. There we go, we got some extra bullets out of that. Now, admittedly, I've done enough damage already that the damage floaters as numbers are going off the top of the screen. Oh no, they're there. Yep, you've got the drone and the turret both dealing their respective damages. Now the unfortunate aspect is I did not break its back item first. There we go. No, still nothing? Alright. And now I'm on fire. Not my best moment. But hey, we defeated all the enemies in this engagement zone, and we're heading down the elevator shaft. We're actually going to go ahead and pick up the extra couple hundred ammunition there. Oh, sorry, it was 314 rounds of ammunition. Slightly auspicious, because that number is significant to me, but... Alright. Next objective, kill all the bad guys again. Now, if you haven't watched these streams before, and you haven't, or actually it could be or and have not played the first Tom Clancy's The Division game, I will explain to you why I target the medics first. So back in the first Division game, if you played a legendary mission, the medics would always heal the enemies, and they would have these support stations that would take up like half the map that you're fighting in, and they would just heal your enemies so you couldn't kill them. In this game, they actually brought back a version of that with a different enemy type, and then these medic guys can actually revive people that you've already killed. They can bring them back from the dead, either through a remote drone that they can use to go revive people from the dead, or they can run over to them themselves and perform the action. Either which way, I'm not a fan of it, and I will target them every time I see them. Because I only want to kill my enemies once. That is preferable. So, as mean as it is to say it, we target medics here. We are going to take the turret and move it to a new position. The drone moves, but the turret does not move. And because the turret does not move, we're going to relocate it right here on top of this table. There we go. There's the healing backpack broken. Perfect. We're going to reset our drone before the next zone. You know, I don't see us pulling much information. Oh, no. Okay, I forgot. No, the information comes at the end. That's what it is. It's like I go through this entire complex full of enemies. We blow up a helicopter. What? Okay, all I'm saying is that at Tidal Basin, I don't have to do that. At Tidal Basin, the big red barrels are powerful enough to break that the first time. So color me surprised. Give me the big old chalk face. Maybe even a surprised Pikachu face. I won't lie. Alright. Okay, cool. My skills will actively help me destroy the helicopter. Alright, cool. So now we have to kill the big bad boss of the mission. And, not die in the process. Ow. Ow. That was painful. That hurt. I got shot. Twice. You know, I'm very glad that they're missing. That was not a miss. Maybe, I was about to say, maybe we start by shooting the person who's shooting me. I felt like that was a good start. Alright, it looks like the cat is now sleeping. I love it. They're trying to snipe my turret from here. And they're not doing a too terrible job. Alright, we're gonna head down here. Over here. Maybe even over this way. That's probably about as close as I'll want to get. And we want to target the individual humans, because when they die, their skills die too. Does my grenade reach far enough? I'm getting the idea that the answer is no. But, oh no, it actually did, okay. Alright, I thought the answer was no. genuinely. But the circle turned red, so I threw it. That is how the cookie crumbles. Yep. And now that the enemy sniper died, their drone falls down. Listen, if you curse at me, there we go, there's the access key. Yep, and now we just clear the rest of the zone, and we should have access to the information that we need. Ow, that hurt. That was painful. They shot me again. Luckily, this build is very good about repairing everything I have. So I am very, very, very happy about it. Oh, there they are. I was wondering where it was that they were going to go. It looks like their idea was to run down the stairs.
Another black eye for Black Tusk. It's a good thing they're cleared out of that compound.
Now, I was under the impression that we got information from that one. I don't know what I just threw. I just did a throw animation and I didn't even know. Alright, well, yeah, so we've got the holster that we want. Theoretically, that one could give us more armor, but I don't necessarily need it. Ah, that's what it is. It's my headset. When my ear moves while I'm talking at the camera, it'll do the, it'll give me a slight sound coming through my left ear. Like, that's what it is. Oh, I do also want to take a moment to apologize for the stream being late today.
The bunker and has sent a digital forensic team to dig through the old Shade network hub. We have to shut them down.
I ended up doing some cooking. We've got good food to eat here. The cat, as part of his recovery process from being sick, has a very, very good diet of chicken and rice. A very bland food diet that I think he's going to end up needing to get used to. But he does have good food. Freshly made today. Like, I was on the stove cooking the chicken, and I just got done boiling the rice before the stream started, so all the good stuff. And then we cooked a second chicken breast, and we boiled some noodles and made us some Alfredo. We got some chicken Alfredo. So we got a whole bunch of good food over here. And normally I joke with my girlfriend that the price of good food is dishes, because I take care of all the dishes. And this time, I can't even say that the price of good food is dishes, because not only did I get to cook, but like, the dishes are done. So we are all set here today. That is pretty much what we did. We are all set today. Which is probably why the air in here is a little bit warmer than I would normally think. Additionally, it's probably a good... Yeah, it's 91 degrees outside today. Oh, it's 90 degrees yesterday. So it's just getting warmer out there. Now, mind you that this, it is muggy in here even with the air conditioning unit that we have running. Oh, okay, cool. I don't apply status effects, and I'm not going to use that submachine gun. But yeah, so far so good. Wanted to ensure that I let everybody know that I am okay. All is well. And that we got good food, which is why I was late today. So, no worries. Didn't want to worry anyone, because I know that, sometimes when stream schedules slip, it's like, oh, are they getting burned out? Are they doing too much? Essentially, not really. Like I'm not doing too much. I feel okay. I feel good. I think I'm just working on also trying to vary the content that I've got so that way it's not too samey. Like I think that this week we may take a short break. Well, we definitely took a break from Fortnite. We've got the Division stream today. I'm thinking that to make up for the no stream on Monday.
We have to know how bad this is.
Yeah. For the no stream on Monday, we're gonna have a stream tomorrow that I think is going to be Ark themed. We're gonna play some Ark. I haven't played Ark in forever.
Anything I
So.
compile a ton of corrupted data from the Shade network servers. I had no idea Black Tusk had access to this kind of digital forensic software.
After that, we should have our regular stream on Thursday, unless we have some severe weather on Thursday, which we're definitely going to have some weather on Thursday. That much I'm aware of. The question's just going to be, how bad is it? Like, will it be huddling in the bathroom with tornado sirens? Will it be a thunderstorm? Still working that out. But as long as it is safe to do so, I will stream on Thursday. Promise. Let's see. Okay, so that was the mini tank from the operator. Because those the Wi-Fi signal looking enemies with the wide brim hats and the automatic shotguns actually have a tank that is on treads. It's like this robo tank, and it's actually got a couple things. It has a grenade launcher, it has a laser pointer, it has a gun mounted on it. It's pretty strong. It has its weak points, like you can actually destroy one of the treads on the side so it can't move. So it essentially turns into a stationary turret to try and draw out the guy. Because if you do that, the guy will try and come to fix it. Is it just that guy up there? Oh no, there's a couple guys up there. One of these waves is going to have people up there and down below. Oh, I'm breaking all the glass. All the glass. You can't hide from me. I wonder if the drone is making the AI think that it needs to run away. Lo and behold, I was right. Silly AI. Ah, here we are. Yeah, no, the turret's doing 100,000 damage by itself. Which is just the best news. Yep. So it's essentially like a second gun. Speaking of the mini tanks, there's one of them. We definitely want to get rid of it. No lasers. Do I have? Okay, no. Oh, that's rough. They have support stations up top that I can't quite hit. I may have to swap skills here so that way I can adapt. Are you overlapping there in both of them? See, we would have killed him right there. Yeah, we might need to. Yeah, because now he's crouched again. I do have... Yeah, because I'm just not doing enough. I might swap weapons here, actually. Get me a good shot. Crouched right when I needed you to stand up. Alright, that hurts a little. There we are. One of you is very, very upset and is making lots of, like, mounting, screaming duress noises without me actually hitting you. Wow, I missed that. That was better. Do I get a follow-up? No, I missed my follow-up. Alright. I was off by an inch. That flinch when you get shot at is rough. Alright, mister. That's what we needed. We needed the fully charged headshot. And that's what we got. So there's that. All of our skills are cooled down, recharging. Cool. Alright, nice. Very nice. As you can see, that area is kind of a grind. It's kind of... It can be painful sometimes, but we got it to work. We even have some item chests. Admittedly, I am full on all the keys, so I should probably try to use them more often. Alright, there should be an ammo restock in this room. Nice. I like, how well can I read the map? It depends. We're gonna get ambushed. Yep. Alright, so we've got snipers this time. The support station got... Now, I've always wondered, how do you manage to fit the battle robot? Hello, battle robot. I know you're trying so hard. Oh, that was so cheesy. And I do kind of feel bad for it, for no other reason than it's like, you know, the idea is it's supposed to run out the door, be annoying, be a problem, be hard to fight. And it just got stuck in the door. Like, poor robot didn't get to do its thing. It did not get a chance. There we go. Needed some water. Because I'm doing some talking. A little bit more talking than I'm used to, I'll admit. Oh, did it happen again? Not again. Poor battle robots. Ooh, okay, so that one will actually keep. It did. It's like, I get it. I get it. Your mission is to destroy me, kill me, you know. But it's like, you should at least be able to get a good shot at it, rather than being stuck doing the I can't get through the door routine. I'm surprised that my drone is still following me relatively well. That's what I'll say. I'm not used to the drone following me this well. Right, because we haven't done any shooting yet. Now we've done some... Now this is challenging? I'm confused. I did not remember changing the difficulty here. I was wondering, I'm like, there's a distinct lack of yellow, you know, elite enemies here. And I couldn't figure out why. Well, I found out why. Because we're not on heroic for the difficulty, we're on challenging. And it's kind of just a really big oof, because I'm like, you know, I'm pretty much geared out. There's no reason for me not to run these on heroic. Little shoulder swap there. Nice. The drone will break as we reach the duration. But yeah, I'm just like, okay. I guess I'll have to keep an eye on the missions themselves to make sure we actually go in with heroic on instead of challenging. Not that it makes too much of a difference, because I don't think it impacts the number of enemies spawning, it just impacts the levels, like, you know, whether they're red, or whether they've got, you know, they're purple and they have 1 armor bar, or whether they're elite and they have the armor bar and I think they do added damage or something. Not that it really seems to matter, apparently. I'm kidding. That's mostly based on enemy type. The snipers and the rusher archetypes generically have less armor. So typically, when you run into them and they're gold, it's like, oh, you know, just a free elite enemy to kill. So. Well, I won't like that. Oh, they've still got one. Phew. Alright, where did I put my turret? Is my turret? No, my turret's not able to be aggressive. It's acting more as a defensive skill at the moment. There we go, that's better. Now it's allowed to be aggressive. Because normally what I'll do is I'll take the turret and drone and pair them together, because the turret works great until your enemy takes cover. The drone pushes your enemy out of cover. So they make a very solid pair. They're like the peanut butter and jelly of damage-based skill builds. Now, admittedly, you could do like a status effect skill build, but not quite. Okay, cool. So there is a computer. Where's the computer? Oh, thank you, game. I'm like, I don't remember where the computer is. It's been so long since I've done this the first time through.
We've been correlating our data with their own to form takedown plans on all the factions in the city. They're really moving fast on this.
Alright, so we've got... I think next up is the library. It should not be on fire this time.
Stay alert, Agent.
Thank you, Manny, for helping me with the giving me that good old heads up. I had a feeling that the enemies wouldn't stop coming, but you know. I want that to be right there. Can it actually still shoot? It can. Okay, and it's still doing damage. Oh, we're gonna lose our drone a lot in here. I remember this. Yep, there goes our drone. Poor drone. Hot darn. They said, hey, what if we gave you 4 or another 2? Oh dear. Well, I dodged the first shot. Theoretically, you know, we can still pull the drone out. It just won't last a long time. Oh great, we got them both. Got them both together. No way. Another round of robots? Another round of robots with a minigun. Oh dear. I'll have to take him out first. Yep, there we go. Now, for some reason, the way they coded this game, the turret skill does not react the same to... Actually, I think that's part of my specialization. Makes the turret immune to EMPs. So I'm just like, wait a minute, that symbol is not always there. You know what, while you are incapacitated, a little bit of explosive damage, because the explosive damage bypasses armor. It's like, that makes this slightly less painful. And I'm about to run out of bullets. No more enemies? We cleared them all? Oh, nope. Okay, so we want to stand on here, walk over. Okay, cool. Instead of... It actually shaved a good 3 seconds off of... Is that electronics? It was... critical. So that saved honestly a good 3 seconds off of the cooldown time. And at the moment, I'm pretty much working on making sure that by the time we move to the next area, we're good. Like, there won't be a problem. Alright, so that chest will actually be a good skill-based replacement for the Henry chest that I already have. Alright, so yeah, nope, can't go that way. It is very much indeed still this way. And I guess one of our good guys died, because that does not look like a bad guy. Now, every other time I do this mission, I'm prepared for this dude, every time. The vast majority of the times I do this mission, it is not invaded, so this guy does not spawn. But yep, I'm normally ready for him. I'm usually also used to him being a lot stronger, but because I'm playing solo, he is not strong. If we had 4 agents total, like if it was me and 3 other people playing together in this mission, the enemies are normally scaled up for that. Like, they normally have more health, and I don't know if they do more damage. I think it's just a health buff. But I could be wrong. Either which way, here we go.
Electronic device detected.
It looks like a laptop. I have identified the device. All joking aside, what does the game say?
Watch out. See that up there?
The game says, watch out, they're spawning behind you. Ah yes, here's the grenade warhound in all of its ouch, and all of its skill. I'll admit, it's normally able to do a lot more than that, but I really did just kind of punish it right there. Just like how I'm punishing this person. This poor enemy right here is having a rough time. Now this guy has a cell phone. We do need that cell phone. We should be able to get some good info off of that cell phone.
Files transferred. This looks like troop orders based on the intel you found earlier. Well, this is a good find. Knowing our enemy's intentions will help us defend against them.
Hooray!
Send the intel you found to all our allies.
Not only did we finish the mission, but we leveled up too. Let's see, we've got Potomac Events Center, and I'm going to manually set it to heroic, because that's what I want to do. Like, I'm going to double tap A, I'm going to do all the stuff. I made it! Here we are! Oh, the gate just opens for me now.
It looks like Black Tusk is trying to set up a forward base here. We can't let them succeed.
Ooh.
Secure the compound and
Yeah.
destroy any assets.
Heads up, Agent. I'm seeing multiple enemy guards by the northeastern gate.
Do what's necessary, Agent. Neutralize
These-
any threat.
These trailers aren't normally here. They took a truck. They literally just permanently parked a semi-truck there. I mean, it's effective. I had to vault over it. So I guess I really can't complain all too much about it.
Sending the UAV.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Secure the entrance. I should be able to do that. Until I get blown away by that sniper. I like how he says that and then still gets shot and killed from, like, the left. Or his left. Like, oh no, watch your left. Still dies from the left side. Alright, drone, go get him. Oh, that drone is locked on the other drone. Okay. I see. I saw the problem. Okay, go get that guy. Beautiful. Now we get the sniper. sniper's dead. Now it's your turn. Oh, poor enemies. I've never understood the ones who try to climb the ladders. Like, you know that's a good 5-second animation, and I will shoot you the entire time you're climbing. It's like, that does not work as well as the enemy calculates it working. Oh, that wasn't even a ladder. That was just a mantle animation. I just ran through those boxes. Now that's a superpower. Let me tell you what. The way the ragdolls work in this game for random items, like, I can just, carry that a 5 feet and push it to the side. That is a superpower. Alright, I'm going to be slightly cocky here and not get the ammo restock. I'm probably going to need it. I'm probably going to regret not doing that. I'll be honest. As opposed to, well, I don't think I've ever lied to stream. Misremembered a couple things? Sure, but intentionally lied to stream? Never. Did you know that switching to your secondary is faster than reloading? That's probably just Call of Duty logic that I've never given up and have always just believed in the back of my head. But I would really like to believe that it's true for that instance. This poor drone. I kill the person, it tries to come back. I send it to another one, I kill them. The cycle repeats. So this poor drone spends almost as much time coming back to me as it does actually shooting people. I just try to do a better job about catching it before it comes back. Which is a decent amount, Alright, this time I don't have an enemy. There we go. Oh no, I'm clicking the bumper. Took it just a second to realize, hey, no, I need you to go over that way. Beautiful. You did great, drone. I'm proud of you. Now I just need you to refresh your cooldown, which means it explodes and, spontaneously combusts. But now here we are. We're going to run through this zone, take the free rearm. They're not going to let me get this for free. I just realized that. They're already aggroed. Ow. Ow. Well, believe it or not, those were more pinpricks than anything else, but what on earth are they transporting? Whatever it is, I can see them stealing it right from out from under my nose. Yeah, whatever they just took, I won't be able to get it back, per se. It's not like a library book. I don't think I'm seeing it again. You know what? That might have actually been the antivirals. No, actually, let me do... Yeah, whatever it was, they don't really detail what it was that they moved, but I would imagine, and kind of assume, they're like, hey, it's the important MacGuffin item that you're trying to get. Why else would they hastily evac it as we're getting to the docks, right? I am surprised that that did not damage my turret. Is that specifically anti-personnel? I feel like it is. Get him, drone, get him! Poor drone's like a puppy. Alright, so that is a blue mod. Yeah, those resistances are not. At this, I'm very much to the point where it's like, if it's not a full bar, like if it's not a completely maxed out mod, I don't keep it. Alright. Cat looks like he is awake at the window. Still looks pretty good though.
Reinforcements inbound on your position. There's additional hostiles located by the loading docks up ahead.
Oh, they had some kind of equipment. Alright, well, whatever the equipment is, I hope they don't mind if I break it. That was a little bit of damage, but not enough. You're being really rude to my drone. Okay, cool. So here's the tan case.
Hostiles moving in on your position.
Well then, it sounds like we destroyed that just in time. Ah, okay. So this is the first group of bad guys. There's actually a second group, which is the one I was anticipating, that will actually spawn on the roof of one of the buildings. Well, that grenade did not do as much damage as I would have hoped. Another. How many division agents have you killed? Be honest with me, I know I'm not the first one you guys were sent to murder. But I'm definitely going to be the most annoying. And I would be terrible. I would go to so many enemies with this. I'd be like, haha, you missed, or haha this, or haha that. Nope, that grenade missed. Oh no! Nah, that's just the first one that my drone targeted. It's a medic! Kill him! Well, now I want to know whatever's up here, so you've successfully made me climb on the roof for this. It's an intensity mod. Intensity, okay cool. So it is skill haste, which we've already got 3 maxed out mods for. So we're doing pretty good here. We're just kind of rolling through. This is as chill as the missions get.
Head to the construction by the south side of the building and look for a way inside the Potomac Center proper.
Yes, sir. We are going to clear the entirety of the building.
Heads up.
Which, I mean, we seem to be doing a decent job.
Site.
Not the construction site. Alright, so this will stay there. Part of me really wishes I could get up to those spots, but I know that I can't. There is no way to access such spaces. That's right, I've tricked the AI into trying to think that it could tank me by standing very close to cover, so I still have cover from the left. But what I'm doing is I'm not actually in cover, which then gets that sniper to think, oh, he's not in cover. I can hit him, he's exposed. So then I just do a couple shots at a time, which adds up pretty good to murder. I missed all of those revolver shots. That was embarrassing. Oh, nope, we fell. I want to get this back, please. Alright, nope, it's just gonna sit there. Sounds good to me. Now, I am impressed by the hardiness of these enemies. That they don't just immediately go flying from taking a frag grenade. Because that is a fragment, or that is a concussion grenade. Not necessarily a frag. Yes, I did. I defeated your friend. And it looks like the trajectory that I wanted just wasn't there. JFK Memorial Center for the Performing Arts. That is a very long name, but I love the tribute. Which is probably why people just called it the Potomac Event Center. You first. Alright. Well, here we are.
UID signature detected. You can't leave any of their...
They have more toys! Oh! Oh, what? Awkward. Oh no. Quick turret, I need help. This lady is like not dedicatedly chasing me, but is definitely moving in the same direction I am. And I did not like that. That was concerning. Well, she's not a problem anymore. She exploded. Alright, now if I remember correctly, you're launching a drone. You know, Mrs. Sniper, it's not typically recommended that you announce such things, but let's see, here is round 1 of the toys that we break. And then round 2 is right there. Beautiful, we broke all the toys. And now I'm able... I thought I had to take a defensive position, but it seems that I was wrong. Again, I think I'm just used to playing the first level, or the main mission, and not the invaded.
Anything stand in your way.
Yeah, you tell me that every time when a legendary mission starts. So it's very interesting to hear that line repeated. I mean, admittedly, they do repeat a fair bit of dialogue sometimes, but I kind of wish that they were just like, oh yeah, you know, these guys are bad, or who are these guys? So, legendary missions, if you don't know or aren't familiar with the game, they are crewed by a separate faction of the Black Tusk enemy faction. They are clad in all white gear, like the ones that I'm wearing, and they are collectively referred to in the community as White Tusk, even though they are not quite recognized in the game itself as a faction. They are the hardest version in terms of faction enemies to fight because they only appear for legendary difficulties. So they are designed to curb stomp you into the ground if you don't play well enough. It's kind of difficult. And if you complete all 3 of the main line, I believe it's District Union Arena, the Capitol Building, and Roosevelt Island on Legendary, you get the hat, shirt, and pants that I am wearing.
We need to know what's on that server.
It's super cool. I really like it. And I believe, in terms of apparel, they are called Operator gear. I have operator shoes. How do I have operator shoes? There's something I'm missing, because I believe you only get 1 item per stronghold. So don't mind me as I slightly forget a little bit. I'll have to do some researching after this. Ooh, my kryptonite. The EMP jammer. The thing that makes all my skills stop working. Really, that frag grenade didn't... Okay, cool. So we broke it, and now we can play skills again, and now now the world is hunky-dory, and I get my skills back. He almost shot me with that grenade. If we weren't slightly quicker, that would have been really bad. Enemy medic destroyed. Another enemy defeated. You can do it, drone. Sometimes they just sit there and let you shoot them. They do that.
Server through that terminal.
Well, beautiful. We're gonna get some information, I hope.
Accessing server. Establishing uplink.
Oh!
I think I've got something here. A huge encrypted file. Whatever happens, make sure to maintain the uplink.
I can actually shoot whatever these slabs are. Haha. Take that, slabs. I imagine they're bolts. I can't imagine they're actually anything of consequence, considering how low quality they are. Because, you know, your guns are in super high quality. Your armor and your agent and the cover and the fighting. Like, honestly, for a 6-year game, these graphics are still holding up pretty decent. Like, oh, I'll be right back.
The area looks secure. No more contacts. Well done. We're still working on decrypting that file. Hope we get some intel we can use. Think of a lot of reasons why they shouldn't be allowed to. Go get them, Agent.
Backup request sent.
The entire island is crawling with Black Tusk. Their team's taking samples in the northwest. Your best bet is to head up the west side and intercept them.
There'll be no hiding the gunfire. But with a bit of luck, you can get to the team before they can evac.
eyes on the team collecting samples. They don't look like they're in a hurry.
Good news for us. Who knows what those assets are gonna do with the samples from the Roosevelt quarantine?
Agent detected. Hostile artillery turret detected. Hostile defender drone detected. Hostile Stinger hive detected. Incoming backup request.
They're pulling back. Looks like they've left some of their samples behind.
Sounds like a great opportunity to destroy those samples. Viral contamination containers destroyed.
Hello, hello. I am back. I have returned. I had a phone call. We took on some rogue agents. The AI-generated rogue agents, not the player version rogue agents. Because the only time you fight enemy players in this game is if you play in the dark zone, which I typically avoid because it's not balanced and they're not doing anything about cheaters in the dark zone, of which I've seen footage of. So they definitely exist, and I'm just like, when I go in there, I never go in there to find a good PvP fight. I really only go in there to try and find some gear and see if I can, bring it out. So it's like, I don't typically go for the PvP in this game. They left the PvP in this game to basically fend for itself a long time ago, which is disappointing to say the least, but it is what it is. However, yeah, so we fought the rogue agents. We're probably about, I'd argue, a third of the way through this stronghold. And had a phone call. We're gonna help look for some cat foods for the cat after stream, which should probably be after. It might honestly just be after we clear Tidal Basin, which will be the stronghold for this faction. Okay, cool. So they will deploy here, right here. And that's a destroyed grenade pack, which will damage the first two. There we go. But yeah, we're gonna help look for some cat food, because now that we have consulted our veterinarian about the cat food and the cat and, you know, what we're running into here, we've been recommended to only have a rice and chicken based food. They definitely seem to be heavily defending this area, so we'll have to push them out. But yep, we'll be helping looking for cat food after the stream, see if we can find any. The vet does have a cat food for us if we don't find one that we think meets you know, the criteria that we've been given. So we have options and there are solutions, but we definitely want to do our due diligence and, you know, research all the things and see if we can find one. Because that would probably be the better thing. Oh, well, yep, there is the laser. We have been temporarily blinded. I find it really weird that the enemy icon is not spawning next to that enemy's head. That is a bug. They need to patch that. That is not a function of any of the missions or any of the gear in this game. They need to fix that. I can't believe that just happened. Ooh, okay. We need to pull back. Okay, that was close. Turret, why are you not shooting? I need you shooting at something. Anything, even. It is War of the Mini Tanks over here. Alright, so looks like our drone was defeated at some point. Go get him. That was the quickest go get him I think I've ever seen. There we go. We've cleared the area of a lot of enemy systems and positions, so now we have, I think, a medic and not much else. It's always the 4.7. I wouldn't say I never. The last max stat item that I found recently, I think, was actually a 13% protection from elites mod. Yes, they do exist. It seems to be one of the hardest, other than a full strength armor on kill mod to find. At least for me. Although typically the way that I go about getting gear like that is I'll actually just play Countdown. I'll just play Countdown and set it to gear mods. That's typically what I'll do. That might hurt a little. Well, yep, it definitely gave us the bleed status effect, so we are bleeding. But we are, we pretty much just cleaned them up right there. Honestly, skill tier 6 is really strong. I'm kind of glad that it is, because if it isn't, you know, like this is, you know, I don't have oodles of armor, I'm not super tanky, and I'm not doing a lot of weapon damage, but I seem to be finding ways to be satisfactory, at least in the other two, while my skills pretty much carry the show here. But yep, we've got some tasks to complete, and what I would consider to be a good objective for me after stream. So all in all, things are good. And of course, now that I said that, I've probably just jinxed myself super hard. Alright, that's the enemy bosses that are spawning right now. I do have a red circle. Not a big red circle. Oh, wow. The game said, yeah, you got a red circle there. The game, no damage to the enemies. Got it. Alright, that is one enemy down. Don't let the grenadier get you. Don't let it happen. That could have ended poorly. There seems to be something he left behind up there. Oh, there was an entire person up there that you left behind, mister. Don't you run from me. He tried really hard to run away. Let's see. So we'll take this turret and we will move it. And while our drone is keeping him occupied, we'll look at that gear real quick. Nothing new. Nothing that I would consider taking and using for myself, at least. There we go. We give our drone another damage boost. Or at least refreshing the one that we normally have.
Looks like the truck
Alright.
loaded the samples into containers for transport.
Stop them. Whatever it
Ooh.
takes.
This will be a good one to keep. That is almost maximum statted everything, and that looks pretty good. I don't think I'm keeping that talent, but I'm definitely keeping that weapon. This is good. I don't know why they took a submachine gun and converted it into a rifle. I don't know how 45 ACP is a rifle, but sure. And not the submachine gun that it was in the first game. But I'm not going to complain because that is a decently statted weapon.
Trucks are packing those samples into containers on the docks.
Don't let them take a goddamn thing off that island.
Mister, I understand the sense of urgency here. Okay, I promise I do. But I can only run so fast. These legs only go so far, so fast. Oh my goodness. He is currently stretching over his cushion and is resting his head on the wooden shelf. He just needed to stretch. That's probably what it is. Little dude just needed to stretch out. Every time the cat, like this cat is one of the most expressive cats I think I've ever seen. And he is just so silly. Like literally just a silly little dude. Well, that firing line didn't work for me. Are you're trying to shoot my drone right now? Ma'am, I need that drone. It's helping me. Can you believe these people? They would shoot my drone? Yeah, get him, turret. We're shooting the drone. Got it. Okay. Alright, time to do the arduous aim the grenade throw. Because they can't jump from that platform, so they're pretty much stuck. Bye! Have a good time! See you next fall! I had to do it. Bad jokes, but I needed to. It was required. All right.
Inbound. Looks like they mean business.
Well, so do I. I mean business too. Alright, so these yellow shipping container looking things, those are the items that we have to search for the virus samples. We're gonna actually start. I wanted to start with that, but apparently we're not allowed to. The turret has, or the drone has decided that it was not going to swap targets. As annoying as that is. Hello, shotgunner. Everything's exploding. Catching on fire and exploding. Which is just my kind of luck. Alright, cool. Searching the first, and it's empty. We're gonna work our way clockwise. That's the goal. Alrighty. Put that guy next. There's another shipping container. Because I've actually, so what I've done before is I've gotten so thrown off with these shipping containers that I've cleared the entire area and just ran around for 10 minutes looking for the shipping containers. That is the example of what they look like.
Viral contamination containers destroyed.
Ooh, loot. Not loot I want to keep. Oh, damn it. I really do try my best to refrain from cursing, but when I see this thing sprinting my way, going full tilt with the minigun blaring, like a bad song, I know it's going to be an interesting time. Every time. It just is. And that's a grenade. Okay, cool. 2 out of 3. Perfect. That's progress. We are almost done with this mission. Alright, what do we got here? Do we got what we need? Nope, empty. Alright, here's another one in front of me. Let it be the one. Let it be the one. It's the one! Yay! Okay, cool. Alright, nice. Got what we needed. They're all destroyed. So now we just have to kill all the enemies. Oh dear, the boss has spawned. I hear that, Bert. I hear the minigun. I like how this guy's just like, what? What do you mean he's right here? Like, yes sir, I am right here. Hey, you can't run away from me. The revolver of justice. Oof, ow, eek. Oh no. That's a lot of bullets. Break it, break it, break it, break it, break it, break it, break it. Break it, break it, break it. We broke the chest piece. He's gonna heal. He's actually not out healing the damage. Oh my goodness.
Whoa. Was that the biohazard team leader? It's a struggle up to the goddamn roof.
Well, as long as I can manage to finish this with the same wherewithal that we started it with, this enemy should be the last one. There we go. Beautiful. Enemies defeated. No. Yes. No.
Destroyed and biohazard team neutralized. Mission accomplished.
We did it. Ladies and gentlemen, we did it. We defeated them, and we got a decent pistol out of it. That's actually one of my better statted pistols. That's not. That is actually far from a good statted pistol for me. I just realized that like there's a good 5 or 6 pistols just sitting there, taking up inventory space. But the reason they're doing that is because of the expertise system.
Here to help. We need to retrieve the antivirals before Black Tusk can move you somewhere safer. Head down into the sinkhole and locate the maintenance pump room. We rigged explosives there that should get you inside the perimeter once you detonate them.
Okay, cool. I'm glad that we have a plan inside the compound. Now, the proficiency ranks, they go from 0 to proficient. There's 9 ranks, and at the end of rank 9, you officially hit rank 10, aka proficient. What that allows you to do is it allows you to spend your crafting materials and add something to your weapon or armor, or I think even your skill you can upgrade. Like this one. I've upgraded this assault rifle 4 times after I made it proficient, and it now has a 4% buff flat no matter what stats I have to its weapon damage. And what people will do is, I think right now the highest amount is 28 because it's based off level. So there's, I think, 28 levels still. I don't think it's hit 29 yet, but I think it will soon for expertise. So you can have like 27 or 28% buff to your weapon damage.
The explosion should cause a cave-in that'll put you just inside the wall of the base.
Which is absolutely insane to me because on your armor, the things that typically give you your stats, you normally only get up to plus 15%. So that's like you carrying a free red core on your gun. Which means you can then dedicate your armor to doing armor things, like being armor, or being tanky. Or what you can do is you can dedicate your armor to being tanky, and giving it bonus armor, like an extra 20% armor, which is insane to me, because that means that, you know, you can take your all red build and give it 1.8 million damage just through, or not damage, but 1.8 million armor just through the use of the expertise system, so you start running out of the ability to have weaknesses, and then everyone can do everything, which I have a problem with because normally builds have, hey, I can do one thing or maybe 2 things super well, and then I need a team, or I have to play around this weakness that I have. And I'm just like, okay. And it genuinely annoys me, specifically because back when this game first came out, you used to be able to have the talents that you see on my chest pieces and my backpacks on every piece of armor. Every single piece of armor used to have talents on it, until people were tired of running into these builds where you could not fight them and they could do anything and everything and had no weaknesses. So what the developers did was they completely redesigned the gear system in the game, and they advertised it as a, quote, Gear 2.0 system. And they limited, severely limited the talents to only chest pieces and backpacks. Which then made them super important, but now, as the game has aged and new items keep getting added, we start to go back to this problem of, hey, the gear's built in a way where people can do everything again. And it feels like they just recreated the problems from like the first year of the game and didn't learn anything. I mean, and that's just in terms of like gear and in terms of gear and gameplay. Not even, haven't even touched on the PvP and the cheaters in PvP using, like, it's ridiculous. Like, console players have to deal with people modifying their controllers to have, like, aftermarket, essentially cheat codes built into their controller. And I don't even want to touch PC. I don't even want to touch PC.
Look for a terminal that you can patch Isaac into.
That's pretty much why I don't play the PvP in this game. And the other negative I have about the PvP in this game is that changes that are made to balance PvP.
This is Wyvern. Prep the helos. We need to get these antivirals out of here. The division is inside the compound.
You need to make sure none of those birds get airborne.
Will do. Alright.
What's the status on those helos?
Gonna be a few more minutes. We're working on it.
Shit, copy that.
Okay, now that I can... Ooh, a broom and a waste bucket? Okay, cool. You guys might be the bad guys, but at least you can at least maybe decently sanitize? I can respect enemies that know how to sanitize their own bathrooms. Even if I don't like them. Even if they're mean bad guys and I have to kill them. But yeah, so the PvP balance system is reflective across the entire game and not just PvP, which genuinely means for a game made in 2019,
That happened. This situation needs to get locked down. Now. See to it personally.
Copy that.
it's just super disappointing. For a game made in 2019, how can we not have separate PvP and PvE balance systems? Like, I know a very, very prolific and preferred MMO of mine, Guild Wars 2, has separate balanced PvP and PvE systems, and they launched in 2012. Like, you know, this isn't a foreign concept.
The support team is standing by, but you'll need to figure out a way to get them through the main gate.
So, I mean, by and large, in this game, I pretty much just stick to the PvE. Player versus environment, no PvP. And the times I do go into the Dark Zone, I just kind of go in with the assumption that I'm gonna die no matter what I do. So, I basically don't get attached to anything I find in there until it leaves on the helicopter and is carried out of the zone. And I sincerely hope that when they make the new game, that they add, separate systems for PvP versus PvE, and that, they take great care in the things that they do, especially if their desire is for a game to last a good, 6, 7, 8, maybe even up to 10 years of age.
We're pinned down by turrets at the main gate. Find a way
But
to disable them.
that's just me and my soapbox on this game that I really enjoy. Like, I have enjoyed not just this game, but I really enjoyed the first game, even with all its shortfalls, which it did have a few.
We've been compromised.
Enough that
Reinforce the main gate sector.
they lost like a good half of their player base within the first 2 to 3 months that the game was out. Like, it was pretty bad how bad that went. But, the other thing is that game released in 2016, so its live service only lasted for 3 years. I mean, you can still play the first game, and I recommend you do if you like the story and you're like a big story person. The gameplay is okay. It is different enough from the second game that you will notice the things that have changed and evolved, and you will notice the things that, weren't there from the second game. Like, the armor bar, this entire armor bar up here did not exist in the first game. You only had a health bar. So there are very much things that were not present in the first game that were only in the second game. Absolutely not, lady. You're not allowed to hurt my technician. He's my technician. Mine, you hear me? But yep. I recommend the first game. The PvP is very much run and gun, stand in your face, hope you have the best build, and try not to die. So the PvP is anything but a cover shooter based PvP. Like the PvP in the first and even the second game has very much turned the basic concepts of the game on its head. So like, if you're gonna PvP, forget everything you know about how you play the game because it's completely different. And especially if you want to play in the Dark Zone, be prepared, at least for the second game, be prepared for people with like 15% to 20% expertise or higher to run around and steamroll anyone who's not better than them or doesn't have as much expertise on their gear as them. Like, I am very opinionated on what they should do to fix things. I highly doubt I'll ever get the opportunity to give my criticism to people who will actually be able to do anything about it. But it's a little bit of my own soapbox, and I will try to navigate away from it now that I've shared it.
Locate those antivirals. As soon as you retrieve them, send up a flare to signal the support team. We'll stand by here and cover your ass.
But yeah, it's very much been an interesting 6-year ride. I very much still love the game, and this franchise is awesome, and I look forward to their future content. Like, I'm super excited about the DLC that comes out at the end of this month, and I'm totally going to get it, and I'm going to play it, and I'm going to stream it.
Okay,
And it's a Silver Fox. Welcome, my friend. You caught me while I was standing on my soapbox.
Intercept those cylinders.
Huh.
We can't let Black
I know
Ops do
that.
a single sample.
Hovercraft. We're actually going to be up there on that hovercraft. So it kind of just does a big old... Where are we in relation? Wow. So we actually end up over there. That's the bridge. This is where we've been. You can see the zigzags. Huh. Alright. Well, I'm glad that I get to see how this has, how this mission area has shifted over time. I like that. How you doing, Silver? We're running through the missions. I think that we're gonna end this stream after this mission is done, because I've got some cat food to go research.
That's gotta be the antivirals.
Are you double checking? Oh. Ow, ow, ow. You know, that normally kills me, so I'm really glad that this brand set allows me to be ever so slightly different in terms of results. You know, that thing used to explode. That one used to actually, like, collapse and explode just like all the other ones. I wonder what made them change that. I'm very interested in learning what made them change that. Nice. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, the crafting in Guild Wars can be expensive, I've discovered. Let's see, there we go, destroyed the EMP. Ah! No, bad explosive flying enemy drone. I'm not gonna... How many more enemies do I have? What was that? Excuse me? That enemy just What? But she was like right over there. I have never seen that before in my life. Okay. Sure. They despawned one of my enemies while I was trying to fight them. That is something right there. Whew. There is, okay, so there's the gate I have to open. Beautiful. But yeah, no, you came in while I was on my soapbox about certain aspects of this game that I wish were different. Basically, I wish it was more.
They're trying to intercept the other one.
Hold the bridge and protect that cylinder.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, I wish it had more similarities to how some of our other games that we like to play run their systems. I have been absolutely spoiled by Guild Wars in many, many ways. Essentially. That's the long and short of it.
Requesting support fire. We've got hostiles on the bridge.
Request denied. We can't risk those antivirals.
Copy that.
Ooh, I see circuitry. There's motherboards and things and wires and all the things. I mean, now mind you, there was also a weapon mounted on top of that thing, but you know. Sorry, not sorry. No, there's nothing to apologize there.
I'm making an attack run on that hovercraft.
Negative, Thunderbird. They'll tear you to pieces.
But I'm just like, in a game that has a multiplayer community, and it has, you know, similarities to that game. Obviously, this is more of a third-person shooter, where that's more of like a third-person fantasy-esque MMO. And I don't think this game is... It's got similarities, but I don't think it's in the same genre. Especially because it's a Tom Clancy game in its own set universe that is based off a lot of the Tom Clancy books. So the source material exists. How close the game is to the source material, I've got no idea. Spoiler alert, I've never read the books.
System malfunctioning.
Which I've heard the books are absolutely amazing. And that I should totally check them out one day. I just haven't gotten there yet.
Online.
Oh yeah, no. It's not similar enough for me to make a direct comparison, I guess is the point I'm trying to make, but there's enough similarities where I'm just like, huh, I wonder if they could have done this way, or I wonder if they could have done this system slightly differently, or, you know, basically.
Sample secured. Preparing to exfil.
Copy that. Good work.
Canister.
I'm hit.
Just noticing things as I play different games. Oof. You know, I hate to say it, but that pilot did not survive that
Check
crash.
out the turbines. We're fucking stranded.
Wyvern, you need to exfil on foot right
But
now. We need those goddamn antivirals.
You want me to run away?
you can see the damage they did.
Thought you knew me better than that.
In order, Wyvern. Wyvern, you copy.
Get on board the hovercraft and secure the rest of the antivirals. The support team will protect the cylinders.
You know what though? I keep saying that I haven't played an RTS yet for the since I started streaming again. And I'm trying to pick an RTS to play. And I've got a couple favorites. Oh no. Oh please. Please reload. Okay, cool. That was close. You can hide, but you can't run. And you definitely can't hide forever. Because my drone will find you. And when the drone finds you, it's not very nice. It's a mean drone. I like it that way. It's helpful for me, but it's mean to my enemies. That's how we'll describe it. It's the good guy drone instead of the bad guy explosive drone. Lady, what did you just say to me? I don't even know what they said. That lady said something weird. It's a map. Uh-huh. Okay. What does HESCO mean? This is the first time I've ever looked at this map. Oh, there's Hovercraft 1. Were they eventually going to have another Hovercraft? Oh my gosh. They were going to get fortified here. That was their plan.
Talk to me, Wyvern. What are you doing?
I'm gonna blow up the motherfucking White House.
Are you out of your goddamn mind?
We need to cripple these assholes. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Christ, she's insane! Agent, do whatever you can to prevent the launch of those rockets.
You know, they've also got a very interesting storage or elevator system there to move materials up. I think they're trying to load the rockets.
God damn it, Wyvern. Stand down.
Negative, sir. I refuse.
Well, that was fast. Man, I want a storage elevator for my stuff. Could you imagine if I could load my car that quick? Be like, haha. Loaded. Yeah, there's our helicopter. Actually, no, that's not our helicopter. That's one of their helicopters. Wait, why does it... Is that an inconsistency? Did I just find a plot hole? Hold on. Lady, can we tactical pause for 5 minutes for me to get another look at that helicopter over there? Yeah, straight up. I do not see...
Initiating launch sequence.
That is not the correct helicopter.
Everyone, this is not a drill. We need to evacuate the building right now. Repeat, this is not a drill.
I'm noticing some issues with your consistency, game. Ow. Don't hit me. That helicopter is designed differently. It is not the same. It is different. Oh, no. I'm glad we got rid of him first. But I'm just that is not the same helicopter. It was a different helicopter. Unless you're telling me that helicopter completely just, did not stay together and all of its parts went kaplooey, 10 miles away from here, that is not the right helicopter. And I am talking about it because I'm just grr. Well, not grr, but I'm just what is that? How did that change make it... Oh no. Really? On every other difficulty... Oh my gosh.
Activated. Launch sequence initiated.
I just realized I've been running this on hard. And not heroic. This entire time. Oh boy.
It's been a while since I could say that about anyone.
That's not good. Apparently I've been...
System reactivated.
Alright. That's what I get for not confirming the mission difficulty before running the mission. I really just need to get into a habit of checking the mission difficulty, because I'm just I didn't realize it was different. No, I can't shoot you yet. Well, darn. But hey, I've enjoyed playing. It's not like I haven't had a good time. And even though I've been slightly ranty, I do sincerely hope that people have had at least a decent time. I'll try to be less ranty later. In the future, we'll put it that way. Because I'm when is later? Is later now? Is later tomorrow? Well, later certainly would tomorrow would certainly qualify as later. But I don't think that's what I mean. I'm very sure I mean it more of a general sense. You know, I actually was playing with a group. So the reason this is set to hard instead of heroic, I was playing with a group yesterday running this mission. And something I didn't even think of, they tried something I didn't even think of for the rocket launchers. Because you see how I always run around to each rocket launcher and I shoot the boxes. What this other team did yesterday that I played with, they had...
Wyvern, come in. Wyvern. Fuck.
The antiviral cylinders are secure. We'll make sure they get safely extracted.
So they had this purple chem launcher. that shoots corrosive gas, right? So what it does is you shoot it, and it shoots that purple stuff, and that purple stuff will hurt enemies, and they will take damage. So they had one of those guys, or one of those skills set up on a character, and they shot it at the rocket launcher, and you see how it leaves that kind of like area of effect there? They shot it at both like the battery pack in the front and the thing up top, and it was destroying the battery packs without them having to go over and shoot it. So I was very impressed.
Sir, we've got enemy helicopters on approach. Should we knock them down? Negative. Hold your fire. We can't chance those cylinders getting destroyed.
Well, that's a bit of luck. Agent, you managed to secure the antivirals and shut down a key Black Tusk stronghold.
But yeah, I was very impressed with how they did that, and I don't think...
Incredible work, Agent. Truly incredible. But there's still more to do.
I'm gonna copy it. Yeah. Have you come over here to lay over here? Yeah? No. You've already left the window. Let's see, do we have any air over here facing this way? Ooh, okay, so that's actually our 2-hour timer. Okay, so this is a naturally good spot to end the stream because I gotta take care of some stuff now that that timer's gone off. I appreciate everybody who's joined me today. I know that we've had a short stream. We started late, but we had some cooking to do. We have some life tasks to work on today. Otherwise, the stream would probably be running for its full duration. And then, like I mentioned earlier in the stream, but yeah, like I mentioned during the stream earlier, I will have a stream tomorrow. I have a feeling that it's either going to be Ark, Survival Ascended, or it's going to be a real-time strategy game of my choice. It'll be either or, and then Thursday we'll have to keep an eye on because there might be some severe weather coming my way Thursday. So we'll just have to keep an eye out for that. And if it's safe to stream on Thursday, I definitely will. But I just, want to be upfront about it because I enjoy streaming and I want to share it with as many people as I can. So thank you all for stopping by. Don't forget to hit the follow button if you've, had a laugh, a chuckle, a fun time. That's what I'm here for. And I will see you all in the next one. So stay safe and slither on, my friends. This is your host, out.